Hello and welcome back to the Mario Kart Wii. We're in last episode. I did that way quicker than usual. Last episode we raced in the Mirror Shell Cup, and this is we're going to be racing in the Mirror Banana Cup. And because we only have 3 episodes left to go, and because we've already used up every available cart that we have, for the remaining 3 episodes we're going to be using 1 heavyweight character today, 1 lightweight tomorrow, and then 1 medium on Friday. And today we're going to be using good old Donkey Kong. In the, what do we want to use? We haven't used the off-roader in a while. Well, actually, no, we haven't used the Piranha Prowl in a while, which I think we actually used the Piranha Prowl the first time we used Donkey Kong. Is that a correct statement? I'll check during the loading screen. Manual transmission, of course. And we're gonna race in the Mirror Banana Cup. Let's do it. Alright, so we've just gotten checked, and yes, we did in fact use the Piranha Prowler hype. That's a penguin. That's nice. We did in fact use the Piranha Prowler when we played as Donkey Kong the last time, so that wasn't intentional. But I guess it's a good setup for what I'm going to be doing on Friday. And the handling in this car isn't that great. It's actually kind of trash. Wow, this car actually handles really poorly. Wow, I probably should not have used this. I probably should have gone with the off-roader. But like I said, it's a nice setup for what we're going to be doing on Friday in terms of picking characters in cars, so I guess it's not all that bad. Because I guess I won't spoil what we're going to be doing for the final Grand Prix episode of this Let's Play. But I'm sure you could probably figure it out. It's just it'll be a full circle thing. I don't know. I'll leave it at that. And if you figure out what it is, great. If you don't, oh well. No harm done. No hard feelings. You will discover for yourself on Friday when we actually do the thing that I want to do. And the reason why I'm waiting off until I throw this red shell is because of that. I wasn't actually waiting for that to happen. What I was waiting for was I was waiting for myself to get closer to Baby Mario so that I would be able to close the distance faster. But I could also have just been waiting for the penguin to take him out. Then I could have just added insult to injury that's also a viable op. That it would have been great if I could have kept that red shell, thanks. Oh, the acceleration's not that great either. It's not as atrocious as the honeycoop, but man, oh dear, oh, this is not that great of a setup. How did I not realize this? Because the thing is, a honeycoop was so bad that I don't even have to write it down. I will remember forever. Never use that again. That was horrendous acceleration. Although maybe if I used a lightweight character, it would have been better, because lightweight characters have better acceleration, and then heavyweight characters are better with speed. Oh wow, that actually hit. I was not expecting that banana. That was a complete crack shot. Crack shot? No, crock shot. What is it? What is it? What's the thing? Is it a crock shot? What is it? What's the... No, crapshoot. That's what it is. That was a complete crapshoot as to whether or not that banana was actually going to hit. But it did. It actually hit. It didn't really help me all that much because I'm still in second place. But it's still... Okay, I was about to fire my bananas, but it wouldn't really matter because I was just gonna get hit anyway. And people really like running into these freaking penguins, you know? Why could I not think of the word? Why could I not think of the term crapshoot? What did I say? I said crock shot. What even is a crock shot? And crack shot. That's what I said. Now crack shot is from Back to the Future Part 2 when Mario goes up to the what's the name of the arcade machine? I want to say Top Gunman? Is that what it is? That's gonna drive me insane. I'm not letting this go. In the loading screen for the next race, I'm gonna look all this up. So I need to look up. Oh hi, I was getting ready to use my green shell on you, Luigi, but you made it so I didn't have to. All right, first place. Off to a better start than yesterday, even with a less than ideal setup. Okay, so let's look up the arcade game from Back to the Future Part 2. But anyway, when Mario goes up to that arcade machine, he says, "I'm a crack shot at this," and then the kids say, "You mean you have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy." Baby's toy? Wild Gunman, that's what it is, okay. Wild Gunman is the name of the arcade game that Mario plays in Back to the Future Part 2. That's where I got Crack Shot from. Where did I get Crock Shot from? That's my other question. Okay, let's go to the next race. So the closest thing I can think of as to where I came up with crock shot was, the closest term I could find as to how I could possibly come up with crock shot was crock. That's definitely not what I wanted to say, but you know what you can do, I suppose. Anyway, so now that I'm thinking, now that I'm reminded of Back to the Future, it actually reminds me. If your criticism of Back to the Future is it's an 80s movie, please stop immediately. That's just. There are I know people in the real world. Like, I honestly didn't think these people existed. Like, I thought it was just kind of a joke, like, didn't the 80s have such bad movies or whatever? I didn't think people actually, like, I didn't think those people actually existed. I thought they were just, like, figments of people's, or I thought they were, like, stereotypes. But no, they're real, they actually exist, and I know one of them. And I showed this person Back to the Future, like, because Back to the Future is probably my favorite movie of all time. I love that movie so much. It is a perfect movie. So I obviously wanted to show it to him, and I did, and I don't know whether to blame Marvel for this, or whether to blame the whole, anything that was in, any movie that came out before I was born, that's just so old. Because the criticism was, I mean, it's an old movie, it's an 80s movie, it's just this dumb, silly little 80s movie. That's a direct quote, by the way, and at that point I'm just like, what the, how do you, and I showed the same person Raiders of the Lost Ark, and the same thing, it's just, it's just a silly old 80s movie, and it's just, you know, the annoying part about this too, is that this person's also a massive Star Wars fan, and, last time I checked, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi both came out in the 80s. I sense a double standard, wouldn't you? But generally speaking, their mindset is, oh, what year did it come out? Was it before I was born? Well, if the answer is yes, then too bad. It's just a silly little 80s movie, and it's just... that just pisses me off so much, because it's just such a good movie. It's a perfect movie, and to say it's bad because it's old is just like... oh my god, why? And yes, I realize that I sound like an old man yelling at a cloud, like, you kids these days didn't know how good you had it. You know your fancy technology. No, I promise you, if it sounds like I'm coming off like that, I do not intend to come off like that. I simply have a little bit of a problem when somebody, because regardless, I would say the same thing if it was the reverse. If somebody told me this movie did not, wow, that was rude. If this movie did not come out in the 80s, therefore it's bad, I would also say the exact same thing in reverse, which is, okay, so just because, like, actually, you know what? What's a movie that oh god, I forgot we were playing mirror mode, and I thought we were gonna turn left at the end of that boardwalk, and we did not turn left at the end of the boardwalk. But if somebody said Wreck-It Ralph was a horrible movie because it didn't come out in the 80s, I would say, you're an idiot, first off, because the time frame at which it came out did not, it's like, just because it came out in the 21st century does not make it bad. So I think it's not just me blindly defending 80s movies. That I would never do that. I judge movies based on their quality, and that's it. I don't say, oh, well, did it come out in the 80s? Too bad, that's not good. Or did it come out in the 90s? Well, now we've reached peak perfection, if I can speak, which apparently I can't. So just, I know I sound like I'm like old man yelling at a clown, like, everyone is all caught up in their newfangled, high-tech superhero movies. They didn't know how good you kids these days don't know how good you have it, or you kids these days don't know how good we had it with our people back in my day. We had practical effects. We didn't have CGI to fall back on. You see, I went from old man accent to like southern accent or cowboy accent in like half a second. It's weird. Yeah, but either way, I apply the same standard both ways. It's not good because it's old, and it's not good because it's old, and it's not good because it's new. Just judge the movie, and that's it. Raiders of the Lost Ark probably pissed me off more than, well, no, I mean they're both so good. I mean, I don't know which one, because Raiders of the Lost Ark, I love that movie. I enjoy watching Last Crusade more, even though I recognize that Raiders of the Lost Ark is definitely the better movie. Just, if only because Last Crusade offers a more emotional conclusion. Like, it's a more, there's more, it's a bigger payoff because of all the work that's done developing Indy's, the relationship with his father throughout the movie. But Raiders of the Lost Ark is a superior movie, because, oh dear, its pacing is just, it has perfect pacing from start to finish. Dear God, this is a, wow. Wow, okay, that just got steamrolled. Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark is a perfectly paced movie, so it, like, there's never a moment, like, a lot of people, I guess, think pacing is when you don't notice that the time is moving, but no, it's like, nothing feels out of place. Like, it doesn't just immediately, suddenly and dramatically screech to a halt. No, there's build-up and everything. It's hard to describe pacing, but basically, I guess what I'm trying to horribly explain is, it doesn't feel like you're watching a movie, where things happen in an order that feels natural with build-up and everything, so it's really hard to explain, but basically Raiders of the Lost Ark is far superior to Last Crusade in terms of that, but as far as which one pissed me off more, I'll think about it over the loading screen. So I still don't have I'm just gonna say Back to the Future because that's number one on my list of movies. It's my all-time favorite movie, and it's definitely the best movie I've ever watched. So, I just like if they came away from it saying, "Yeah, I didn't really like it," or "It wasn't my type of movie." Oh, that's a lightning cloud. Okay, new plan. Get as far ahead as possible before this thing explodes. Okay, is this gonna be enough? Is this gonna be far enough ahead? It looks like, yeah, that's definitely gonna be far enough ahead. Even with this abysmal acceleration, it's still enough. And I asked, well, what did you like? I said, or if it was just I didn't like it kind of thing, or it wasn't my type of movie, that'd be one thing. Or even if they said it was bad and they had their reasons that I could disagree with, that'd be one thing. But it wasn't. It was just, well, it's an 80s movie, therefore it's bad. I could never, in a million years, imagine, like, you know, let's apply it to something else. Let's do the inverse. Let's talk about Aladdin from 1992. If I said Aladdin is a 90s movie and therefore it's better than anything else. Wait, okay, I guess maybe it's not a great example because Aladdin is a freaking amazing movie regardless. Oh, no, I know. I got a better one. Because that just reminded me of something. Lion King. 2019 edition. It sucks. It's trash. It's awful. Don't go see it. However, if I said to somebody, well, like, if in that conversation I said, well, if we're going based pure Piranha Plant, could you please get out of my way, thanks? If we're going based purely on time periods, well then, Lion King 2019, you see, came out in 2019, and you want to know what 2019 is? Because this person's also a massive Marvel nut, and a Star Wars nut. 2019 is the same year that Avengers Endgame came out. It's also the same year that Rise of Skywalker is going to come out. Therefore, 2019 is a year of amazing movies. Therefore, Lion King 2019 edition is an amazing movie. Could you imagine, like, unironically making that claim? Could you imagine that? Because I couldn't. I wanted to just, like, cease myself from being able to speak, even just, like, making fun of that sentiment, because it's just so wretchedly wrong. But what you gonna do, I suppose? Okay, let's try to secure the first place. I didn't see who was right behind me in the leaderboard. It might have been Luigi, and Luigi's right on my tail. So I'm going to keep this red show ready for when you pass me in a second, because you're definitely going to pass me in a second. No, you're not. What's wrong with Luigi? You didn't feel like passing me today? I see you have that green show, but you're not going to be able to do anything to me about it. So we win. Nice. Yeah, but in short, judge movies based on their quality. If you've never seen Back to the Future and somebody wants to show it to you, don't go in with the idea of, well, it's an 80s movie, therefore it's trash. Just watch it with a completely open mind, and I guarantee you will probably come away loving it. Just don't, for the love of God, do not go in with that awful, terrible 80s movie bad, moving on mindset. Just, oh boy. Next, let's go to the award ceremony. You got first place. What's our rank? See, we keep getting A ranks. I don't know how, but we are. You won trophies in the Mirror Shell Cup and Banana Cup. Congratulations, you can now play the Mirror Leaf Cup. I just remembered something that somebody else said about this that I'll talk about in the next episode, which is equally as stupid. But, that's it for this episode of Mario Kart Wii. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more Mario Kart Wii. Goodbye.